RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode. What it do?
Well, I'm saying, yo, fuck all that shit though. Like, let's get into this damn let's end this shit with the
arbitration.
We've been talking about top rank, so get in there with the little arbitration shit, and then we can get into a real fight at the end. You know, not no Triller or Showtime, hype beast bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facts though.
Yeah, so I mean, as everyone probably heard now, the arbitration fuckery that's been happening in boxing, it's been permeating boxing news. Like there's been a whole bunch of he said this, he said that type of shit. Of course, I'm talking about trying to get the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight off the ground. Now, everyone, me definitely wanted that fight because I want undisputed heavyweight title fight. I wanted it more than any other heavyweight fight out there. That's the fight I want. So I mean, obviously, they're trying to get it done. Eddie Hearn was trying to get it done. He went to Saudi Arabia because he was like, I'm trying to secure that site fee, and it looked like now he was probably in the process of doing that. Because for the amount of $155 million. Well, which is big money, which is insane money actually too. And there's no reason why he, no one believed that he couldn't pull it off since he did pull it off for Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz. But however, Top Rank, while all this was going on, didn't really let on that they were going through arbitration to see, because they wanted the third fight for Fury and Wilder to go through. Now, everyone knows Fury Wilder 2 was not competitive after the first fight, which there was a gift draw involved, and the second fight, pretty much Fury kind of like, yeah, there's levels. I'm levels above you, as he scored 2 knockdowns and battered Wilder to a 7th round knockout. So, obviously COVID kind of killed the year of boxing for 2020. So we were told reportedly that the terms for the contract ran out in December, and then they tried to get Fury to get a fight with another cat, and they were about to announce it, but then all of a sudden it was quiet. That shit got canceled. Like, this is not going through. So after that one, it was just mostly, and then I think Anthony Joshua, he fought, he got his mandatory out of the way. So we're all thinking, okay, contract is done. Yeah, let's get this fight going. So there was a lot of things going on, where Bob was, okay, Eddie's bullshit, and like there's no contract involved, and I don't think this is going to happen. And Tyson Fury's like, yeah, I don't think this fight's going to happen. And they were trying to make it that it was Eddie's fault that the shit was not going to happen, not letting on that there was an arbitration going on, between Top Rank, which to actually see if they could actually sidestep the third Wilder Fury fight. And this went on and on until like when they were nearing the end of the arbitration. All of a sudden, Bob Arum was like, "Well, I am confident we'll get this fight done." And then Fury talking about, I talked to the Prince of Saudi Arabia. And,
I mean, it was a complete afterthought because Hearn, Arum, everybody was saying the fight was going to happen.
Yeah,
Joshua,
and then Fury said, the fight's going to be announced very soon. And all while they're trashing Hearn, who's actually doing the legwork, because Hearn is not involved in arbitration. His fighter is clear to do whatever. But the problem was Anthony Joshua had a Mando deal against Usyk, so it was like either for her not to get this fight done, it was supposed to be to get this fight done, and then Usyk would face Joe Joyce, who moved into the number 2 spot for the WBO. So and I wanted both fights because I thought both fights would be spectacular. I wanted both of those fights. But unfortunately, since Top Rank lost the arbitration, so Wilder, was like, I want this third fight, and pissing me off because personally, I mean, I'm not saying there shouldn't be a third fight, but it could happen after the undisputed fight because Wilder, frankly, did not show anything that made me think, okay, yeah, third fight, big whoop, you know, to have it over in an undisputed fight. So Top Rank looked like idiots because they managed to get this fight done in the once they lost the arbitration, the fight was signed within a week. They signed it last night on the damn telecast, on the Taylor Ramirez telecast. You know, and Fury already did this and that, and then hopefully, probably by this coming week, we'll probably get like the official poster and everything on it. So, you just know how much time was wasted. Like literally, like if you're gonna do all that, it's like, I mean, I wasted on both sides because Joshua could have fought probably Usyk during that whole period. You know, could have fought Usyk, and then, you know, or Fury could have just said, you know, fuck it, let's you know, actually make the fight, try to make Wilder take the fight if that was the case. You know, like boxing opened up in fall, like he could have, if Joshua can make a fight in the fall, the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, the WBC heavyweight champion, should also be able to make a fight against Wilder if that was the case. But it just seemed like we wasted all this time, and now we have to wait. You know, now we have to wait for certain fights to happen. Now, Anthony Joshua was ordered by the WO to face Usyk now, and now so we have to. Now we have one more pair of obstacles to actually get by before we can actually get undisputed fight. And boxing gods, you know, the boxing gods, they always bring fuckery. Like you just never know when it'll hit. And unfortunately, I have a feeling that it's going to hit within one of these fights, or even both of these fights. It could something can happen that could fuck all that shit up, and that's why it's just absolutely it's aggravating. It's annoying too. And like I said, I mean, I'm not excited about Fury Wilder 3 and Usyk Joshua. I wish I could say I was excited. I mean, I rate Usyk as a fighter. Make no mistake about that. I do. I just want him to. I actually wanted to see him against Joe Joyce, at least to see, you know, okay, I mean, can he actually handle a big, a bigger dude? Now, Usyk has faced Joyce before in the World Series of Boxing, and he dominated him. But that was like 40, 50 pounds ago for Joyce or something like that, and Usyk was still, wasn't as big as he is now. So it's different. But yeah, it's this whole arbitration fuckery is just it's a big black eye in boxing right now, because it's like, you know, you have hardcore fans like us that are just like, this is you're groaning because, like I said, like another good fight is put to the side, and then you have the casuals that don't understand what's happening, except unless you're a Wilder fan, then you love this shit, you know. But yeah, it just seems like boxing just doesn't get its shit together because of this. Like it's a horrible fight. You know, I don't say horrible fight. Excuse me, horrible thing to actually just have to witness. I don't know, LB, do you have anything you want to add in?
No, it's just another example of Top Rank fucking up again.
Yeah.
It's another example of that. I know everybody's gonna say, yeah, you know, Wilder, he deserves this fight. Yeah, it's a contract. Yeah, we get it, but
right,
there was fuckery from the beginning. Because just say y'all wanted to fucking wait till this crowd to fight had an audience, had a crowd. Just say that from the get-go. Because last year when we saw Tyson Fury training and Wilder, we didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was quiet. The only thing that was coming from Wilder was excuses. No training videos, no none of that shit.
Yeah.
You didn't get Wilder, I don't even think touched the gym until fucking like November, December last year.
Yeah, and even then, the shit that he was doing, you couldn't even classify that as training. It was some bullshit.
He was doing all types of weird bullshit. So it's like, so when you look at that, then so like Top Rank and Wilder, they had this whole narrative like they didn't want the fight no more. Like they ran out the imaginary time, whatever, and so niggas moved on. Especially when you got Anthony Joshua right there waiting for undisputed. Especially when you got Usyk and Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
Right there, the fucking division moved on already. But no. Top Rank got to fumble the ball. Wilder got to fumble the ball. Yes, I'm putting both those niggas' names in. Because I almost feel like they kind of work together a little.
Yeah, well, in this particular
I
case,
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and the reason why is because like the other attempts to have an undisputed heavyweight fight, namely, Wilder and Joshua, it all went up in smoke because of some bullshit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Joshua was the first victim as he actually lost his belts temporarily, and then Wilder went the Fury, post crackhead, candy, and mental illness route, and and got humbled.
Because Wilder cherry picked. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he did. I wanted to make sure I make it clear that who he actually went. Because some people thought that he got a Fury, 100% Fury in that first fight. And
he didn't get 100% Fury into the rematch.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like yeah. I mean, both because of bad decisions led to their first losses, and subsequently, in this case, Wilder has not regained his belt yet. So this is basically his last chance to actually do so and try to get that career win. That a better career win than Luis Ortiz.
And then we're gonna talk about a fucking rubber match. Like, I'm so done with this fucking fight.
Yeah,
like, those three fucking idiot ass judges would have scored the first fight for Fury like it was supposed to be. We wouldn't be in this mess. So once again, it all comes down to these blind ass fucking judges. Like, that they made the biggest mistake before you could even throw in Top Rank's ineptitude with handling shit. Wilder with the career beating he took, and he don't know what the fuck he want to do. He made like 1,000 fucking excuses. Now everybody's on his dick again talking about, well, Wilder, this man bullshit. Motherfuckers was talking about he was done last year.
Yeah, you mentioned him being done, but if he loses this fight, he's definitely done.
He's still done.
I know you mentioned him being done, but
it ain't official until. But I wasn't the only one saying he was done.
Oh no! Of course not. But I'm just
a lot of people was looking at it like, man, I don't want Wilder to fight again.
The reason, I think the reason why is yes, Wilder is deficient technically as a boxer. He is but the one thing is Wilder has an erase in his right hand, and for the people who actually have, people who actually either want a Fury Joshua fight, or who actually has something invested in this fight, maybe monetarily or whatnot, something business-like. Yeah, all it takes is one Wilder right hand to fuck up the whole plan. Or if it's not,
no one cares no more because Fury took that right hand already. Second fight, walked through that shit. It's like the game is out on fucking Wilder. The fucking cheat code, you could go on Google and Google Wilder cheat codes, and it's right there.
I just can't count him out completely. I mean, just
the way to beat Wilder was literally available on freevideogamekeys.com. That's how you could find Wilder's right hand.
Like, bro,
that is
you
what
hit Wilder through his right hand enough. Like, Wilder hasn't developed his right hand to use it in any other capacity as a one-hitter quitter.
Yep, you're right.
If he has to fucking use it throughout a fight, he's only done that once in the first Stavern fight.
Yeah. And and having Malik Scott as his trainer, someone who actually killed in the first round, all those years ago. It might be too late for him to actually have him start doing fundamental shit. Because they've been putting a whole bunch of videos on Florida, him doing all these.
And you ain't fooling nobody until we see some sparring or some real drills.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, man. All they doing is repackaging Wilder for the last payday.
Yeah, so
if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like, if I'm wrong, if Wilder beats Fury in the third fight and he beats him clean, like by knockout or winning more rounds, then I'll be like, you know what, I was wrong. Wilder somehow turns it around, unless Fury has some cokehead mental breakdown or some shit in the ring.
Right.
I'm just saying. I mean, look, man, this is boxing. I'm from the era of the fucking fan man, the damn niggas jumping off of cars and drop kicking people, like anything.
Yeah.
So when I look at all that, look, man, if Wilder wins, he gets props. But until then, I don't want to hear none of this rejuvenated. I don't want to hear the woke shit about, man, if you're black, you should be rooting for Wilder. No, I root for motherfucking boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
That shit is
Bring
still
the
going.
fucking woke shit here, nigga. Don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't care if you come into the ring with fucking James Brown on the speakers, a Malcolm X Kofi t-shirt, fucking damn Spike movies in your fucking backpack.
The way he's going at it, he'd be like, I don't care if you got the shoes from the Hammerman cartoon show on.
Got Dr. Umar Johnson walking into the ring.
Yeah, I don't need none of that shit.
Who the fuck was Uma Johnson to show this shit?
I mean, the way these dudes be on this woke shit, like, and I say fake woke shit. Ain't nothing wrong with being woke for real. I say fake woke shit because a lot of motherfuckers only be woke when it could work for them, or it's a way.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's really annoying that terminology, but otherwise, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, if you're using it just to say, if you're using it for Wilder, and then conveniently forget that this dude did fire his black trainer, the one that actually saved his ass, over the white trainer who actually checked the gloves of Fury, and you can't, then you are a dick rider.
Locked him out the locker room after the loss and shit.
Whole shit, like this is your champion.
He threw him under the bus, man.
I mean, even after all the shit that Wilder did, that is the one particular thing that no one should be cool with.
So yeah, save all that woke shit when this dude, a Beretta fucking brother, a black man, and JD is, what happened to him? Y'all didn't hear no fucking guns go off or no hit him up verses and ether rants for JD. Is he in the camp still?
Yeah, none of that. No, he's still in the camp.
He got fired silently. See, you couldn't be respectful like that to Mark Breland. Because you know why? Mark Breland's a gold medalist and you jealous of that nigga.
Yeah, Mark Breland.
I'm fucking just saying it.
Yeah,
the biggest thing that always bugs me, I understand why people get mad about it. I'm like, okay, the flag was pulled, but I'm like, you realize the person who threw the flag cared about the fighter more than everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, we're gonna be woke and we're gonna be mad at we're gonna be woke and mad at Breland at the same time. Like, these dudes didn't even want to fight Charles fucking Martin as a tune-up. They could have worked something out.
Tune-up in the world.
Look, they could have worked something out. These dudes, this shit screams opportune paydays. That's all it screams. Like, they could have worked something out. Like, they could have did step aside. They could have fucking had a double header and said, look, man, to keep the anticipation up.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll have Wilder return against somebody and have him as a co-main to Joshua Fury, and he gets the winner. All that they could have set up so much shit, but no, they give us this whole fucking circus event for damn near a year. And
wait,
now
let's add this one extra thing because we've already seen this because people stop paying attention too much to our episodes. Everything that's said on this is owned by RainGangRadio.com and owned by Rain Gang. So do not try even remotely try and make this kind of scenario if you try.
Motherfuckers be like, well, I heard them saying on a podcast. I'm like, oh, what was the podcast? Well, that's not important. I don't remember the name. Like, nah, motherfucker.
I heard on the street.
They're already still in the polls. Pause.
A little birdie told me. What's the bird called? It called a birdie.
Yeah, like, nah, was it a dove? Was it a fucking pigeon? A vulture? Like,
It might as well have been a vulture.
you start biting people's shit, get a source. Like, but anyways, I'm just so.
It's disgusting.
There was a good way to do it. They just didn't do it.
Exactly. Right. That's what it comes down to. Fuck it. That's exactly what it comes down to.
And it's not only that. Top Rank also had another unexpected incident of incompetence this week too, as well. So imagine our surprise yesterday, or not yesterday, excuse me, Friday. It was Friday afternoon, and imagine my surprise when Manny Pacquiao's Twitter, who I think we all follow him, he posts something. He posts a Pacquiao versus Errol Spence poster.
A picture of a worried looking Errol Spence too. Like, I thought that was weird. Like, I'm like, why did this nigga look worried? Like I don't know.
Boxing is petty.
And now, when I first thought, it was like, okay, did anyone hack Pacquiao's Twitter? Is this someone? But I mean, the only thing that made it like it probably was more official was that it actually had an actual date on it. You know, it's like, wow, August 21st. Or like, so, you know, it obviously spreads like wildfire. It's on there. It's on his Instagram. And then later on, and then an hour after that, PBC on Fox confirmed it. You know, and this is after Spence was like, you know, when are you gonna drop? You know, when are you gonna drop the summer lineup for Fox PBC?
He said that like a week ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 weeks. I feel like forever he said that.
And what bigger fuck you, you know, to Top Rank, and specifically coming from Al Heyman, than getting Pacquiao versus Spence signed. And we talked about this in a previous cast. I said it before. At 147, there are Spence and Terence Crawford have legacy fights there against each other or against Pacquiao.
Crawford got a whole bunch of them legacy fights at 147 at this point.
But in this particular case, in terms of either Pacquiao, who's from a previous welterweight generation and still has been putting his foot in the ass in this current welterweight generation, making his generation look bad, and then you have Spence, who, you know, pretty much. I mean, Spence hasn't fought Crawford, but he's also not fighting Pacquiao. And then you have Crawford, who's not fighting either. And with Crawford and Pacquiao, that should have been something that should have been handled 5 years ago.
End of the day, Crawford needed to face either Spence, Pacquiao, Porter, or Thurman. He need two out of those 4 names, honestly.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
so far he's got
he is
none.
that close to getting the Infinity Gauntlet done.
Nah, he ain't close to shit.
Yeah. So
I'm talking about Manny.
So the unfortunate
he's
thing,
still on the first movie. Like, he's in Iron Man right now.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate now. Pacquiao, Spence now, which are both Crawford's legacy opponents at that weight, they actually got together, and then Spence has a chance to either to put Pacquiao away to end Pacquiao's career, or Pacquiao moves up another notch in terms of all-time greatness. You know, if he actually takes another zero of a young, unified welterweight champion.
I made a mistake also right before you was about to say that. I was trying to answer the LB, but I muted myself. I said, no, he's just starting out the movie with Spence. We'll see where it goes from there.
There's no way that the WBA will give Manny back the title? Because you said it was recess, or is it done?
No, it's done. They're not going to give him back the title. Like,
this fight don't need a title. It's just a great fight.
It's a great fight.
It's a great fight.
Crawford, you look like you're ass out of another big fight. You might want to holler at Oscar, see what's good with that Virgil Ortiz fight.
The thing is, when it comes to like these belt organizations, if they were actually like about what they meant, people would get punished if they acted a little funky. But you can tell some of these organizations are very temperamental, and it depends like who gets us the most attention to our belt, and you can see how it operates.
They want them sanction fees.
Yeah, and in this case, the WBA fucked up because, like I said, they put the belt. They put the belt on Ugas, who's the actual now WBA welterweight champion, and he doesn't have a fight because we all thought that Spence versus Ugas was going to be next. Yeah, I wasn't anticipating that fight, not for anything. I was like, shit. I didn't care about that fight.
That's what make it so dope. It wasn't no bullshit, big ass negotiations in the media, nothing drawn out. We didn't have nobody saying, okay, there's no money for this type of fight in America. We could build an arena in Madagascar. We could build an arena. We're trying this new thing with Elon Musk, where we'll have a fighting exhibition match.
Nothing but Teslas. The race, nothing but Tesla cars.
Then we're gonna have a unification fight for the Golden Glove tournament on the moon, right? And then when the time is right, we're thinking the winter solstice. We'll bring in Crawford Pacquiao.
And then that's when it's limited oxygen.
like this is all the excuses you be hearing from Top Rank when it comes to them getting Crawford a marquee fight. The guy wants too much. Well, hold on. He was on the pay-per-view. His last fight was $2 million, $3 million. You offered him what? Yeah, there's always never enough fucking money for this guy. Like every fucking time. Like, y'all trying to make fights? We salute you for making fights happen, but then some reason there's like 15 other fights y'all don't make happen. That could be easy as hell.
Right.
If it's top rank, especially when Bob Arum is there, just hear the Bob the Builder theme. That's all you need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, you disrespecting Bob the Builder because Builder fucking builds shit. The fucking fights Arum building up now. Like, look, we'll get Lomachenko and Teofimo, but we don't get Monster and Casemiro.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get fucking
That was such a disappointment.
You got Brandon Rios and Mike Alvarado, but you don't get Brandon Rios and Gamboa.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a slaughter.
Brandon Rios versus Gordon would have been a fight too.
You don't get Brandon Rios and Victor Ortiz, but that's a whole nother story.
You don't get that either. You get
Yeah, they actually got a backstory.
Like, you got so many fucking fights that we'd have missed out. Look, we ain't getting no fucking Juan Manuel Lopez and Gamboa. We didn't get that. Okay, we got Rigondeaux and Daenerys, but there's another fight we didn't get from that same era. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and the shit just goes on. And now we're getting intergalactical fucking tours with
Intergalactical.
shout out to official scorecard because that's what it is. Like, we getting all these excuses for fucking fights when it's just like, look, everybody else is making big fights. Why can't you make the fucking big fight in a timely manner when people want to see it? Like,
Because
why?
LB opened that Pandora's box. I hope we'll have a one-day episode be like, who are the Guardians of the Galaxy for boxing right now?
That's what it's looking like. Dude, like, we on our Kwame Brown shit for boxing right now. Keeping it fucking real. Like, yeah, you get props, but then it's like, we gotta take some back because you're fucking up the culture right now.
And
How many times has Bob Arum dangled the Pacquiao fight in front of Crawford within the last 6-7 years?
Should have happened years ago. It was so stupid.
It should, and it's a shame it did because but Bob had to the closer that got Bob decided I gotta get this belt off Manny somehow, and that's how Jeff Horn became champion.
It's like, wow, we gotta approach it a certain way.
Yeah.
I need to make sure my old cash cow needs to go to the pasture without being in the pasture. So let's screw him over in some manner.
This topic really dropped the ball on this because now it's just like, Crawford's out. I mean, PBC got a fire pay-per-view, that has implemented.
They're killing this year, and it's like Top Rank is like not even in the equation for this year. Like, it's going to be between PBC and Matchroom.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
PBC winning right now.
Yeah, PBC's legitimately winning this year. Like, between
the accidental fades and the damn good cards they put out.
The accidental good cards. I'm just glad Fox finally gave us a good fight for once this year. That's Fox pay-per-view. Yeah, it's Fox pay-per-view. Yeah, exactly.
It don't count yet, nigga. We need a regular Fox card.
We need a regular Fox Channel 13.
Not Laura on a fucking racetrack.
Putting out a dude with the nickname Cornflake.
Yeah, like, get the fuck out of here, giving us these damn toaster leaving ass bouts. But yeah, no, Crawford,
how do you have a nickname Cornflake and not get sponsored by Kellogg's? That's what's really gonna be.
I know he's probably in the car still crying, but no one told you to resign to do it.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just hoping that I have a little bit of hope hoping that maybe they can get someone worth a damn to fight him next. I mean, he is a WBO welterweight champion. Like, he had. I mean, I don't know who his mandatory is now. I think they updated the ratings.
They didn't want Porter, right?
I think it was Ortiz and Porter, but Porter dropped one.
They don't give a fuck about who his mandatory is. They're just like, yo, what makes the most money?
Yeah, I think Ortiz.
No. What fighter we could pay the less money and then pretty it up and say it's a big fight for Crawford? They did that with Brooke and Khan. Imagine giving Khan in 2019 after the damn all the Africans he took, and you giving this man like $7 million?
Yeah,
that could have went to Porter and fucking Danny Garcia Thurman, and it's like, dude.
Facts. Yeah.
Like, why even, if you're Crawford, why even sign for them fucking fights?
Well, in this particular, at least now, I mean, we all know that Crawford's contract, the top rank, expires in October. So, I mean, and he's still a champion. So it's either he waits it out and then he goes do what he does, or he signs it and he risks Bob trying to get that belt off.
You waste the whole fucking year.
He didn't resign. I thought he resigned. No.
Well, he resigned, but his contract is coming up. He didn't resign yet. He resigned the last time around.
Oh,
word. He's talking about the last one.
Yeah.
Time goes by.
So it ends in October, you said?
Yeah, October his contract expires.
And they're not even talking about no fucking, all right, we're going to make the Josh Taylor fight immediately.
Yeah, no, Josh.
Like, Bob Abrams should have been selling us that fight right now. Even Taylor was like,
if I was Crawford, I'd be like, oh, you're undisputed? Let me come back. That's my mindset of like, yo, you think you're the best? Let's find out.
Well, I don't think it's Crawford's going to 140. It's more like Taylor's going to 147.
Yeah, I mean, like, either way, I'd be willing to come down and be like, oh, you think you're the big dog?
Nah, you can't be the big dog and come down to the little dog and say, I think you're the big dog.
Yeah, you can't do that.
They gotta come up.
Yeah.
Unless you're Andre Ward.
Yeah, if that fight happens, if that fight happens, it's at 147. So, but even then, it doesn't look like because Taylor has said he's staying at 140 for a little bit, and then Bob just confirmed that he's gonna face his WBO mandatory.
Taylor need to chill. Cause look, man, I'll be honest. I think Taylor got a little gassed. I don't think he's much longer for 140.
Yeah.
And if he chances to somebody who's bring it.
He said he could. I mean, I think he wants to defend his belt. At least defend the undisputed title at least once or twice, though.
I'd imagine most people who have undisputed, they want to defend at least once.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody expected him to drop and go up.
In this particular case, Taylor, like the guy that he's facing, they already paid him step aside money because he was the one that could have fucked up the four belt unification if he didn't step aside. So that's part of the reason why Taylor's going to fight him next.
Yeah.
So they need to get this fight out. Look, they need to do this fight sometime in the end of summer and see if he can fight in December. Because
I don't see that type of turnaround. Like if Taylor fights, that's gonna be one more time. It's gonna be that fight, and it's gonna keep it pushing until 20.
Because the thing is, it's like, man, like it could happen. It just motherfuckers is on some different shit now. Like you see, like Daenerys fought 4 times one year. It's like I don't want to. Hold on, he's fighting this year too, like this week. Bro, I ain't trying to hear that shit. All I hear is motherfucking excuses. Somebody just want to fucking bite the bullet and say, you know what? I could squeeze in 3 fights, and they'll be, and at least 2 of them will be meaningful fights.
I mean, if Joshua does not fight by August, at least by August, he's only doing 1 fight this year. If he doesn't fight by August,
yeah, he's gonna defend the title, but no one cares about that, man. Like these niggas keep fucking up. Their momentum. I'm tired of seeing guys get a big win, then they fight a nobody the next fight, or they take 17 months to fight.
I mean, in this particular case, Taylor has fought tough competition. So I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. So I'm not. If he wants to go, because I mean, the guy who's facing is his mate or whatever. So if he wants to give him a shot and some money, I don't really care.
I feel you. I mean, bro, like I'm probably the one who like Josh Taylor on this podcast more than anybody.
It's a good fight. I just don't really care. Right now, I think Crawford got not bigger fish to fry. It's a good fight, Taylor versus Crawford, but
Crawford ain't got no fish to fry.
I'm not really. I mean, Taylor has no problems. Taylor can fight who he wants. Crawford has issues.
Yeah, Taylor earned it.
Yeah, I agree.
Crawford can't take another fucking mean machine, another motherfucking retired American, semi-retired Kell Brook. Like, look, all that shit gotta stop.
Yeah,
if you don't give me fucking Virgil Ortiz, a Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, I don't even think I even want to talk about a Crawford fight. Like, matter of fact, y'all, I might just ban myself from talking about this nigga fights. When y'all talk about a Crawford fight, I'm gonna just be like, all right, guys, I'm out. Because if that's what we choosing, like, really? The fuck out of here.
And like I said, it's hard because now with Pacquiao Spence, the welterweight division now, in terms of pound for pound, like, Spence can solidify the people perceive him as like pound for pound like number 2, which I certainly don't think he is or whatever. But
yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, but if he retires Pacquiao or whatever, then at least he'll strengthen his pound for pound. If Pacquiao wins, obviously he goes back on the pound for pound list.
Man, Pacquiao might be pound for pound number one at this point. If he fucking, and you know what? If Pacquiao wins this shit, I think I might have to boost him up to one. I know people like, but Canelo, but yeah, Saunders and Smith ain't no fucking Thurman or Spence.
I mean, it's one of those decisions where you have to like make that unholy choice to be like, I might have to be that one unholy person on the call to be like, the guy's been hanging out to Pacquiao since the day to the grave he's in. For one moment, be like, he's up there.
Like, people don't realize, like, Spence Pacquiao, like, if Pacquiao were
the only catch is this. Everybody else who might decide to like hop in there with him, they're willing to fight in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Shit, you fighting all the ghosts of the spirits of past fighters and shit, man. Like people don't know, like Pacquiao, he's going from greatness. Like,
oh yeah, he's already a legend, but yeah, this is
My only concern is this, but I say it's a win from him either way. Is he loses, he took on a young guy. He was willing to go, test greatness. He wins, he turns back the clock. So he's winning either way.
Right.
The only catch is, depending win or lose, how bad was the damage? That's it.
Yeah.
Which my fear is this. Is it really worth for a guy we know he's passed over the hill? Is it worth the damage? I don't think it is.
Yeah, but then also this thing, I mean, we have to forget though, I mean, Errol Spence is still, he's only one fight. He's only had one fight since the motorcycle crash. So that's it. He's still a question mark on terms of what his punch resistance is actually really like, since Danny never really hit him like that.
So my question
Danny got him a couple times. There was a couple of
No, my immediate question is,
I don't think I niggas watched the damn Danny Garcia fight. Like Crawford, like Spence was getting clocked by fucking Swift in that fight. Like,
my question is this: out of all the welterweights that Manny could have picked of, was Spence really the safest option or the most vulnerable option?
It was the only option. He'd be picking on anybody else if he fought him.
Sorry, say it again.
I said it was the only option. Pacquiao would literally be picking on other people if he fought him.
Yeah,
he only had Crawford and Spence to really fight. Like, I don't need to see Pacquiao beat Porter or Ugas or Swift or all them other niggas, because once he beat Thurman, it's like he beat those dudes on some secondhand shit.
Oh, okay, I get you. Because I was confused at first.
Yeah, it's only Spence and damn Crawford, and Crawford, he's below Thurman to me. So because he ain't beat no fucking Danny Garcia, no Sean Porter. So what the fuck he need to fight Crawford for?
Well, in my particular case,
in
my particular case, I don't give a shit about Danny Garcia or whatever. But yeah, so it's point because
his story been told. I'm talking about like at the moment, like. His story told already. It's like he's done. They said he's going to 154, but even then, Crawford don't have a better win than a Danny Garcia on his resume.
Damn right.
I know that hurt Pat's ears. I'm sorry. You're not gonna fucking convince me. You're not gonna convince me. Fucking Jeff Horn or Benavidez is better than fucking Danny Garcia. You're not gonna get no fucking indomitable.
I'm gonna see some of these Air Forces just turn more black as they go. Just Air Forces turn more black as they go, where they're shooting everywhere.
So anyways, this is about 3 mistakes Top Rank made in one fucking podcast session.
It is. It legitimately is.
So
when you actually think about it as an overall whole, they fucked up a lot.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So. They got a lot to sort out over there, but
I mean, there's some consultants they could go to from a certain ringgangradio.com. Pay us properly. We can make we can make all your promotions turn really good.
Nah, we'll hurt feelings if they heard this shit. Like,
we're not talking about people's feelings. We're trying to make the fight entertaining.
Well, entertaining and right matchmaking is a slippery. Slippery slope to actually try to walk.
Yeah, you gotta believe in your fighters, though, man. You gotta know the temperaments. There's a lot goes into it, and Top Rank, they know how to build up fighters. But at the end of the day, like, this is just another example of them not knowing what to do with their superstars. And you saw it happen a little bit with Teofimo Lopez, and You've been watching it happen with Crawford for like the last 4 or 5 years.
It's low key happening to Shakur. The big fish in the small pot. The one division. One good fighter in division. Basically,
he hasn't even got a mid-level fight people care about. But this is the thing. Shakur Steven, he's running into that Devin Haney category where he's sweet sciencing guys to death, and he's been getting like I can't really say. Top Rank ain't really fucking up on Stevenson yet. They need to get him a better opponent, but he got to start looking better in these fights.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, looking better as in he needs to get some of these guys out of there.
Yeah, that part, especially that part.
Yeah,
and trying to see, that Joey Gonzalez fight, that still should just rub me the wrong way, because that was a perfect time to we needed a Gotti Floyd performance, and instead we got Gotti Manfredi. Nah, not even that. We just got something else.
There's no reason why Shakur next year shouldn't be fighting either Valdez, Herring, or even Loma. I mean,
I'll take a fucking Herring fight at this point. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything. Like y'all got some work over there, man.
Yeah, definitely Top Rank, and like I said, Top Rank let an unfortunate opponent go by, and then PBC is benefiting with possibly a pay-per-view that will probably do some numbers.
They don't know what they're doing with Monster either. Like, they fucking up the whole pound for pound list.
Yeah, Monster's
fighting like Canelo and Pacquiao takeover.
Yeah, Monster's fighting on the 19th, but yeah, he's lost in the mix though. But like I said,
who he fighting?
Is mandatory.
Yawn. Damn, Top Rank, make sure motherfuckers fight their mandatories. Jeez. And then they'll throw them right at you on the fucking damn ESPN card, front and center.
Nah, they don't want to treat it like Streets of Rage. It's like give you a bunch of bullshit to deal with before you get to the top person.
Yeah, like, I feel like we still on the third level.
So yeah, boxing's interesting. Like I said, the whole Top Rank. You're basically taking a lot of L's this year. Unexpected L's, and Pacquiao Spence. That's a win for us boxing fans.
Don't forget the L with Fury Wilder 3.
Fury Wilder 3. Yep.
Oh, we got the arena ready. It's July 24th. Like the fuck?
Yeah, July 24th. They've been training.
Give Ramirez the fucking fight, knowing goddamn well he ain't win that shit.
Yeah, tell you, Top Rank is gonna, well, hopefully, look for them. They've had good fights this year, but we're gonna see how the rest of their calendar plays out.
Probably took his first loss.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pay to look done unless you damn put him in a damn good fight so we could know if he's done.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, y'all got some retooling, like shit.
For sure. Oh man, so I think we've covered everything. I think we've can start wrapping up. Come to the end of our show for tonight. I know P had to step out. Salute to him for getting on. PJ, I'll let you go first, man. Any final thoughts?
My main thing is this, because of like the majority of the card and everything else beforehand. I would always say, and I'll hammer it nonstop, never forget your basics, please. I implore you. I know people want to hear, the exciting punches. I'm like, that jab is going to go a long way for you. Right now, the MMA world is going by like, oh, this guy, he just jabbed the guy to death. And everyone in boxing is like, that's every day. But we was like, oh, in our world of bullshit, and then our bullshit was like, what's about this? And I'm like, I know people in the MMA world, they appreciate the jab too. Like, you guys are idiots, but I'm just saying, listen, appreciate your basics, appreciate what you know, and more importantly, I said it as a post a little earlier. I'll say it as because it's been a while since an eye test. How many of you rewatch fights? How many of you rewatch in seconds or minutes? How many of you rewatch your own training to that level? Can you do that, and then you'll realize how many people at the world level need to do it versus who do it?
Facts.
Because I don't know why, and I might understand a little bit because of, it's fighting, it's just you and the person. I'm like, hey, guess what? In all the other sports where they succeed, what do? They have somebody who studies, who tells you, watch your shit again. Watch it again 50 more times. Can we not bring that back in there? Or like bring it into the world of striking? All I care about is like, I just want people to get better. So that's me as the architect. I'm like, we have a better way to make the building better. We just have a really big issue with the base right now. It's been taken up by everything that exists. We need to make something that's like to the level of adamantium, then go from there. That's all I'm asking. Can we go back to the beginning and watch ourselves again and see our own mistakes and not worry about it and then go up? Which applies to the entire cards itself.
You know, you're probably asking for too much because we've been saying that, like, some of these cats, they feel like they don't watch any tape or whatever. I mean, you know, we're probably saying that probably fall on deaf ears until more humiliating.
Wasn't that being said on the damn the Ramirez card? I don't really watch tape. I like
actually, no, that's the one thing I want to say, but I didn't want to say anything. I was just like, LB just gave the eye test short version of everything. I was like, everything he wanted to say, I was like, I agree with him, but I might be more mean at that point.
That's how it is. The PJ, like, we play good cop, bad cop. PJ and Cup, they're like, well, you know, I know you're hungry, and you know, you came from a bad home, so you was like, man, I think I could get away with stealing this bag of chips. Then I come in there like, look, nigga, you're fucked up.
Yeah, no, LB's there just to slap the shit out you. So if you didn't finesse, he's the cop be like, he hit you over the head without looking at the room. He'd be like, I see you. Bam!
Covered it
and not
like
because like you did
on
something wrong, it's because
soldiers.
you made the mistake. That's all I ask for. Like, I'm just like, we can see the ways to get better. Can we just hope people understand it?
Well, I mean, I guess we'll have to put that on the boxing guys. The boxing guys to see if they'll grant your wish. Oh man, LB man, what about you?
Oh man, just ringgameradio.com forever. Shout out to all the fans worldwide that keep fucking with us. Podomatic, just keep those numbers up. YouTube, I see the subscribers going up. Y'all keep subscribing, sharing, comment, liking, and all that shit. The IG, Twitter, make sure you follow us. Just mad love to everybody. I feel like we have the best podcast out right now. You're not gonna get this type of input, passion, the jokes, everything. We the best right now. No DJ Kevin. Ring Game Radio Podcast. Shit, the content, everything. Episode 3 on the way. Return of the Sample Kings is out now, streaming everywhere. Fucking Rome Top 5 gonna be out soon. That shit's gonna be streaming everywhere when it's done. Uppercut Season is out, streaming everywhere. Gang, shout out to the whole squad, Prolific, RTDZ, Clanarchy, Big Rome, everybody, just worldwide. We just gonna keep doing this shit, man. Peace out, official scorecard. Everybody who tuned in, fucking with us, man. Like, we appreciate it for real. We gotta get that real shit out. People be having their platform saying a lot of gibberish about boxing. We trying to clean that up. Get that real shit. So we just gonna keep at it. Just fuck with us.
Definitely. Ayo, Pilot, what about you?
Oh, you know what it is, man. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day. Twice on Sunday. Shout out to King P. Yeah, shout out to RTDZ too with the Biggie limes. Niggas bleeding, man, classic. But no, glad to be here. Glad PJ's here. I love his insight always when he's on here. But you know what it is, ringgameradio.com, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, not TikTok, fuck TikTok always. But yeah, uppercut season, can't wait for that Rome Top 5. Because Apple King, so much content, man. Just check it out.
Absolutely, man. So I mean, I don't really have anything more to really add on that the brothers haven't already said, but yeah, definitely shout out to, as I always say, man, shout out to Ringing Radio, follow us and everything, YouTube, Spotify, Podomatic, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, however you digest your podcast material, but especially our YouTube, man. And obviously, if you're feeling hospitable or generous, you can hit our PayPal, which is located on our site. If you like the content, you want to contribute more to it, that would be very nice of you. Or if not, just go to our YouTube and sub, and then tell your friends to sub, and and then we can all be friends, because like I said, we do this shit for y'all, and I think pretty much about it. So for myself, Pat Scoper, the winning representative, for King, for LB, that's the GOAT artist, for King P Bodega P, for Conscious Pilot, and for PJ the Fight Architect. It's been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.